Hey guys, welcome back to Castaway TV. Before we jump into today's video, I really just want to address a few things here. And the first thing being, we just made it over 400 subscribers. I'm super stoked. We're actually already moving towards 500, which is so awesome. So yeah, everyone that's been here from the beginning, to all the new subscribers, thank you so much. Now, today's video. So honestly, I was never going to share this. Even halfway through the trip, I stopped filming. I was very frustrated at the time. And looking back now, I wish I would have just continued making the video because one, this clip of Mike, I just met him for this trip and he ended up flipping his canoe and I get a laugh out of it every single time. So I need to share this with you guys so you can get a laugh out of it as well. Sorry, Mike. And this trip just taught me a lot about myself. It ended up pushing me to the limits, both physically and mentally. And during it, I was overwhelmed and embarrassed, to be honest, which I'll get into later. But now looking back, it's definitely a learning lesson for me, and maybe you guys can take something out of it too. Anyways, let's head down to the river and jump into today's video. Hi everyone, welcome back to Castaway TV. We are back in musky territory. If you remember this location, this is where we went on that little wild adventure last year, crashing the boat down the river, almost got stranded. This time we came prepared. We've got canoes, I just picked one up, and we have camping gear. So we're staying overnight, chasing muskie. Hopefully we can get the first of the season. We got a new guy on the show here today, Mike. Hopefully we can get him his first muskie, but I'm gonna get this canoe off the roof and we're gonna get down to the water. Why don't you start fishing? I got a bungee cord we can strap your seat in. Give me a second, bro. Oh, yeah, baby. Out of the water. All right, we've made it to the first portage. No fish so far. Russ, of course, caught a bunch of weeds like usual. But yeah, we're gonna get over to the bottom of this eddy and hopefully there's some fish in the current here. I was overconfident. Best rocks. All right, guys, we stopped to have a little shore lunch here. I threw down 6 glizzies real quick. It's kind of embarrassing, but it was pretty good. No muskie action so far, but there has been some action. Our friend Mike here, he went for a dive. We've got stuff hanging everywhere. I'm trying to dry it out because he tipped over. He had his chair sitting up in his canoe, went into some trees, and you just watch the clip. So after he had flipped the canoe, that should have been the sign to turn around. I have no idea why that wasn't enough, but even after we had eaten lunch, like things were only getting worse. It was getting windy, it was hard to paddle, we couldn't even fish. And still, there was no turning back in our minds. I don't know if it's from the journey last year where we had gotten stranded and had to leave the boat behind, if there was like part of our egos that we needed to get down to the bottom of this river and overcome it. But the thing about last time is we only had made it maybe a third of the way down the river. And what we didn't know was that it had only gotten worse. This next clip here, you'll notice I don't have a hat. And that's because we were trying to walk the canoes down the side of the river and I lost my footing. I flipped out down off my back, and this ledge was probably 6 feet high down to the river of who knows what was in there, in steady rapids. And even while I was in the air, I was like, of all the things I've done in my life, this is what's gonna do it. But thankfully, there was a ledge sticking out that I landed straight on my arse, bruised my whole left cheek, and yeah, it sucked. But here, let's go into the rapids.
Oh my. Okay. Oh shit. Oh shit, there's a boat stopping in front of us. That was a bad idea. It just keeps going. Oh my god. Oh. Which way? Oh. Oh. Dude. Oh. So much water in here.
All right, guys, so after that little set of rapids, the next set, I had enough. I took all my gear, carried it. They went on ahead and set up camp. And the next morning, I don't think we made it much farther down the river. Instead, we got out. We ended up walking through someone's property. Thankfully, they let us take our vehicles back, grab our gear, and that was that. The whole reason I kind of stopped filming, which I regret, of course, is I was embarrassed. I had started thinking about the last time we did this, the video, even though it was a funny and entertaining video, it was also like, you guys are dumb. And then we went and did it again. Just because we had camping gear, we thought we were more prepared for it, but it is just not the setting for a fishing trip. Maybe to go and chase down the rapids and only bring gear that you need to eat and sleep, but not a bunch of camera gear, wear a life jacket, all of these things. And that's why I was never going to show this video. But of course, Mike flipping the canoe was very entertaining, but it was also just a very big learning experience for me. It kind of reminded me of my addict personality, like just taking things way too far, pushing things to the limits. And I realized I should really evaluate my scenarios before I go ahead and make a decision to trek down a river and risk my life for freaking footage. Anyways, I haven't been able to go out on any camping trips in the past couple weeks. I've just been busy with work, but we will be going on one here soon. So hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and until next time, just keep going one day at a time.
Oh no! Oh no, it's too shallow to paddle! I can't paddle! Fuck!